Bloom Into You is a series about discovering love and discovering what it means to be yourself. Nanami Touko is a character who struggles so much throughout the story to figure out who she wants to be. She struggles because she feels like she has only ever been an empty shell. Someone who could become anyone, so she was always replicating what others wanted her to be. But was that what she really wanted? Well, that is what we are going to figure out in this video as we go through her character and discuss her flaws and who she is as a person. But if you find yourself liking this video by the end, maybe think about leaving a like, and subscribe as well, it helps out a lot. But anyway, let's get into this. Nanami Touko is someone who was very lonely throughout her life and in this series. She doesn't know who she is, and she doesn't think people will accept her for anything other than what she has displayed to them so far. But eventually, over time, and with the help of Koito-yu, she has slowly been able to learn that it's okay to be yourself and that you don't have to try to be someone you're not. Coping with loss is hard for a lot of people, especially if that person was someone you looked up to dearly. Nanami lost her sister 7 years before the start of the series, and it has affected her life in a lot of ways. She has made great effort into trying to replace her sister. She feels like she has to become her sister, who in her mind is the perfect person who could do no wrong. Of course, she would never be able to replace her sister, and as readers we know this, but she can't see it herself. She lost the person she looked up to the most, and she can't fully accept that they're gone, so in order to deal with the loss, she decided that the best course of action would be to try to become her sister instead of letting her go and living her life as her sister probably would have wanted it. It can be hard to lose someone close to you, but you should never try to replace them. People who are already gone are gone, and you shouldn't feel the need to replace them. Nanami has to figure out throughout the series that she is her own person with wants and feelings and dreams to pursue. She has to figure out all the different sides to her sister and realize that her sister was also a flawed individual just like everybody else. Trying to fully replace someone when you don't even really know them can be hard. You are only replicating what you saw and what you perceive them to be like. But in reality, people are multifaceted. There are so many sides to people that you may never know what someone is fully like on the inside no matter how close you get to them. So of course, replacing someone is impossible. Once they're gone for good, and it sucks, but that's life. You are your own person and you shouldn't think about replacing others. Instead, you should be thinking about yourself and how you can work on yourself for the future. You don't need to be perfect or anybody special, you just need to be you. Let people in, let them learn as much about you as they can so you can have a real connection with people. Nanami struggles with this throughout the whole story, wondering who she is and who she needs to be for others to like her, when in reality, people like her for her and she just doesn't realize it. She has put on this persona for so long that she feels like she is empty inside. Like she has nothing to her as a person, but others see her for who she is. She may think she has hidden herself well, but there are people who have caught glimpses of her real self and who want her to be able to love herself as they love her. But that task is a hard one to achieve, so they rely on an outside source to help them to get their message through to her, which she eventually learns. Nanami is someone who constantly lies to everyone about herself, with some exceptions of course. But it has gotten to the point where she doesn't even know herself anymore and needs those closest to her to help her figure herself out, which is what happens with Koito-yu, who helps her realize that she is her own person and she doesn't need to replicate others. Don't let the past dictate your future. As I've stated throughout this entire video so far, you are your own person. You have dreams you want to achieve, goals you have in mind, and people you care about. So you should always be trying to look towards the future and try to better yourself every day. And that doesn't mean trying to be perfect, but it could mean really anything. What do you want to be better at? It could be even something as simple as wanting to work out more, but at least that is a goal to work towards bettering yourself. Nanami as a character did this without even realizing it. Although she let the past dictate her actions in her pursuit of perfection, she was able to achieve good grades and wonderful friends, and she had discovered a dream she wanted for herself. And after talking to Koito-yu and discovering that she has a future too, she was able to do all of this and more because she eventually let go of the past. That was the last thing holding her back from achieving what she wanted, and it is probably the same for some of you watching this video as well. So this is just good advice to follow, to think of the future, not of the past. It's okay to remember the past, but don't let it dictate your actions. Let the past instead guide you on the right path to a better you. Nanami has no idea what her place in this world is. She just thinks she has to be like her sister that she always admired, when in reality, she needs to start thinking about her future and what she wants to do, which she eventually finds out that she wants to act, which is something her sister never did. It was a decision she made all on her own. For the first time, she was forced to think of what she wanted to do, not what she felt like she had to do. She realized that she liked the play that they put on and wanted to do it more. Not out of any sense of replacing her sister, but because she genuinely wanted to do it. This is the first time in the series where Nanami makes a decision not based solely on what her sister would have done. This is cool and is how everyone should try and be in this world. Nanami is reluctant and scared to have people fall in love with her as she hates herself. That's why she got so close to Koito Yu. She felt safe after Yu said that she couldn't and wouldn't fall in love with her. Her reaction is understandable. She's pretending to be someone she isn't, and she doesn't want people to fall in love with her based off of this fake persona she puts on. But she also doesn't know any other way to live her life, so she doesn't ever want anyone to fall in love with her. Of course, eventually that changes and she starts to push for more, and eventually Yu does fall in love with her, and we see her reaction. Deep down, this is what she wanted. She was just surprised and caught off guard, but she eventually learns to accept love and is able to be loved in return, which is cool. Nanami Touko is a very complicated and confusing character. She is someone who wishes with all her heart to be someone that she isn't. She lives stuck in the past and can't look forward towards the future. However, she is also able to build a close bond with people that has helped her to grow past her old self and become a more whole person.